Hi guys, I've been away for a UK break with family this week, so there's not a whole deal to look at, although there was one stock which I decided I would trade if I was away, if it set up correctly, which I did take the trade, so that's the one I'm going to review, but it's not massive detail on it. And also just really nice to actually go away and switch off and know that you can take time away from the market, which I always struggle to do because I love to be on the market, but it is really important to switch off. So I'm glad that I did, and the market was still there waiting for me the next week. So going to go into the trade that I took while I was away. So the ticker was CJET, CJET, and this is the daily chart over here. And can see this is its day one here, moved on high volume, and I'm playing it for a first green day bounce setup. So stock's had a big run, it's pulling back, looking to get in for a bounce. So day one closed up about 187%, which is okay. It's not massive, but it's decent. But the reason this got my attention was because of the volume, which was over 1 billion in volume. So that's very significant. So a red day after that, and then I actually played it on this day here for bounce. So going to go into the intraday chart and explain why I took the trade. So this is its day one on the 1 minute time frame, and then day two it's had a nice retracement and can see it's bounced off this level here, and then kind of coincides with some day one support in this area pre-market. So that's shaping up nicely. It also had a nice drop off in volume, which is important on this day. And then I'm looking at it the next day to see what it's doing, to see if it's setting up for a potential bounce. So after hours on day two, staying in that area, looks like it wants to consolidate here. And then pre-market on the day I traded it, can see it's pushed down to this exact same level of this candle here, and then moved off it and holding that range again. So for me, that's looking like this is the base area. So we've got support here, support. So let's go into the pre-market on day three. So as I say, I was away this week, so I wasn't going to take massive size on it because I only had my laptop with me. I didn't have all my screens and all that stuff. So I took an entry at around this time. I think I added to it somewhere along here as well. But my average entry price was 0.1675, so about there. And then it was a bit tricky with this one because the ultimate risk really would have been the low of this candle. However, that was too wide a risk for me, so I decided to risk off this level, which is a bit of support from day two. So that was going to be my risk level. So I held that through pre-market. Market opened, it looked good here. I thought, okay, this is gonna explode. And then, as you can see, it came all the way back down and then broke my risk. So I got stopped out, which is fine. Put about $42 on the trade, not massive amount, and stuck to my risk, which is the most important. And then I took a re-entry on this at somewhere around here when I saw it was it only broke my risk ever so slightly, and I thought maybe I got shaken out there, so I took a re-entry and got in at a price of 1690, so very similar to where I entered originally. 1690, where is that? Yeah, around about there. So yeah, once I saw it was also trying to reclaim this area here as well, that's why I took it up there. So again, using maybe I put the risk here, can't quite remember. But as the day went on, I got stopped out again, and I did take even smaller size on the second entry. So stopped out twice on that one, minimal losses, and stuck to my plan. And then if I wasn't away, I'm pretty sure I would have traded this the next day for a bounce, but I decided I'm going to have one stab at it and then I'm going to enjoy my holiday. But if we go on to the next day, it's quite interesting to look at. Can see on the day I played it, it actually broke the low of this candle, which was the ultimate risk that I would have liked to have had, but obviously it was too wide a risk there, but that was the ultimate risk level. It broke that after hours, and then pre-market the next day, it tried to reclaim it, it then broke it, and then this would have been such a nice entry on the market open. As you can see, it reclaimed this area and also reclaim yesterday's low of day as well. So yeah, broke yesterday's low of day here, reclaimed it on, when did it reclaim it? Just before market open, it looks like. So yeah, would have been a really nice entry anywhere around here, and then you've got a nice bounce there. So yeah, that was the trade I took while I was away. CJET. So the account is currently at $413 from a starting point of $300. So I'm still on very small size, growing very slowly, and just still learning and playing about with things. And still a couple of days left in September, so let's see how I close the month. But it's looking like it's going to be a green month. Catch you next Sunday. Cheers.